What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and thank you guys for being here. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you are new, please consider subscribing. Today we are going to take a look at the Vero Engineering Synapse XL, and this is a large knife. Not much room to get it under all the knife under the camera here, as you can see, but if I come, yeah. And there's 18 inches below the camera, so this is a big one. I'm going to go ahead and give you the specs real quick. Overall length on this knife is 8.85 inches. Blade length is 3.85 inches. Blade thickness is 157 thousandths. It's M390 with a full flat grind. With this one has a belt satin finish. Drop point blade. This is a Boltster like with caged ceramic ball bearings and a ceramic ball detent. And yeah, titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip. You have a fuller for deployment and a flipper for deployment. As you can see there, very minimal flipper. So when you open the knife, it's out of your way. I do like that. This is a flipper I don't mind. I'm not a big fan of flippers where they stick way out and get in your way for like chopping tasks. Even when the knife is closed, the flipper's out of your way. So when you slip it in your pocket, it's not, you don't have to worry about it catching on anything. Big knife though, guys. This is a big one. This is for one of the bigger guys out there. Medium-sized hand in the normal grip. Medium-sized hand choked up. It's a lot of knife left over there. Way too big for me. This one will be available in the next knife sale though. And the MSRP on these new are, I believe the belt satin version is $375. And there's some variations. You can get a hand rubbed. You can get a stone washed. And I think they even do a DLC blade if I'm not mistaken. This one has a very snappy detent. And this is a light switch flipper only. You're not going to be push buttoning this flipper. And it's so well hidden, or so minimal I should say, that you got to get it just right. If you get too high up here, you'll catch on the scales or the frame, and you'll get a pull and you're actually on the frame. And if you get too low, although they did round the jimping on the corner, it's one of those you got to get used to. Once you get used to it, though, it's great. But at first, when you first get it, you got to figure out exactly where to put your finger because it's so minimal, which is actually a good thing in my opinion. I'd rather adjust to the flipper and have the flipper be out of the way than have the flipper sticking way out and it's very simple to hit it every time. Personally, I'd rather just adjust to it and have it be out of the way. So, give you some size comparisons. We're going to do a couple Veros first. Here's the Vero Impulse. It's a little bit bigger than the Impulse, by about a ½ inch. And here's the Vero Axon. A lot bigger than an Axon. A whole lot bigger. So, we'll go ahead and do a couple other knives here. Do some bigger ones that I have. Here is the Artisan Cutlery Arion. It's quite a bit bigger than the Arion also. And here is the Artisan Cutlery Centauri. Quite a bit bigger than that also. Need to wipe that blade off on that Synapse. Here's a Benchmade bug out. Going to make the bug out look like a mini knife, basically. Here's the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. Here is a Kaiser Sheepdog. And here is a QSP Penguin. So, very large knife. I don't have anything here quite this size. I have one here right now that's probably close. I'll go ahead and show it to you, but I don't know if anyone has this knife yet. This is from the Pass Around group, Apex Pass Around group. This is the BeyondEDC River Wolf. So, it's even a little bit bigger than the River Wolf. Giant knife. For me, anyway. Some of you larger people out there may feel differently about that, but for me, this is way too big. But it's not that heavy for its size. One thing Vero does not give you on the website is the weight. So I'm going to weigh it for you guys real quick because I have no idea what the weight is from the website. I'd say this thing's not much, probably about 4.5 ounces. But for the size of the knife, it's not bad, honestly. It's pretty lightweight. That's because of how thin the frame is, because of the overlays. So it takes a lot of the weight away. I was wrong. 5.8 ounces. I guess after holding that River Wolf last night, it feels lighter than it actually is. So, heavy knife. Great action. Straight guillotine. Once you break that detent on the close, you don't have to help it at all. No need to shake it. Just get out of the way. And that detent break is... it's late, right? It's right there. But you just hold the frame or the bolster lock over, and it'll just fall past there. And you got a choil there that will keep it from cutting your thumb. So as long as you're up here and you let it fall, it does not, the blade does not get you. But if you're down a little lower, on that lock, it's going to come down and get you the tip of that, right where that choil is at. That's more of a sharpening choil, which is done very good, by the way. They give you a lot of life to sharpen off this knife. But you got this flat area up here where you can really choke up on this knife. Got some jimping here on top of the blade, which is done extremely well. It's very grippy. Sharp, but not uncomfortably sharp. So, pocket clip works extremely well in and out of the pocket. Fantastic, actually. With this one, with the JG10, you can dye it whatever color you want to dye it. You know what color I would dye it, I'm sure. It would be purple for sure, no doubt about it. Yeah, great knife. I like Vero knives, I really do. This one's a bit large for me. I do think they make a mini version of this knife, though, if I'm remembering correctly. I think there's a mini version, and yeah, I think I'd like that one a whole lot more because I really like this knife. It's just way too big for me to use it. So, and I honestly probably would never use the flipper because the fuller action is so good. The fuller is done really well. It's sharp right there, but not cut you sharp. You really got a lot of traction when you grab it with your middle finger. And with the detent being as good as it is, it's just snappy as can be. So great job. Great job by Vero on this one. And I'd love to check out the mini version at some point in time. If you guys have any questions, comment below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. This knife will be in the knife sale. And so ask any questions you may have. And I'll see you guys on the next one.